Big news. Shelby has now discontinued all production on the Super Snakes from 2007 to 2014. So up until this point, they allotted 500 slots for any GT500 to be sent back to Shelby Vegas to get upgraded to the Super Snake package. So throughout the years, we've had so many of these by now, and a lot of people who were looking to buy one would tell us, I can buy a GT500, I can send it back to Shelby, I can get the Super Snake package, wide body, whatever it may be done. That is over. We have now confirmation from several people with emails, people that know Shelby have contacted them trying to get their GT500 done into a Super Snake. They have shut down, they can't get parts for them anymore, and they have now closed out the program. So for years we've been saying that these Super Snakes were some of the most undervalued cars on the market. So really expect these cars to take a big jump now that you can no longer send a GT500 back to Shelby for the Super Snake upgrade. So whatever is done, that's it, that's what was made. They never came close to capping out at that 500 mark, but they did allow that number to stay there until that number was reached. But now we've reached the point where no more will be made, and what's out there is it. So this is a 2013 Shelby GT500 equipped with the Super Snake package, the wide body, and the whole shot. Receipts for over $105,000 for this car, which does not count the total cost for the car before it got sent back to Shelby. So you got a GT500, which stickered about $69,000. Full X-Bell on the car, top to bottom, front to back, everything. That was $4,000, and the amount of carbon fiber that is on this car is absolutely mind-blowing. Never seen so much carbon fiber on any car. The Super Snakes we've had nowhere near the amount of carbon fiber that's on here. I would say it's about 15, 20 grand. The whole headliner is carbon fiber. We're gonna show you all that here shortly. Why the 2013, 2014 Shelby Super Snake is the most sought after. The 13, 14 GT500s were the highest output in terms of horsepower for a GT500. So the GT500 in those years had the 5.8 liter engine with 662 horsepower. So that was the best Mustang that you can get in the last 2 years, where Carroll Shelby still had his fingerprint and DNA on the Shelby GT500. After 14, they moved to the GT Premium, which was a much cheaper model for your Super Snake to get done on that car. The GT500 was a much, beefed up, more expensive car. So you have the last GT500 now in a manual, the 13, 14 model, before it moved to an automatic in 2020. So this one, super rare in the combination of a wide body package and a whole shot. So the Super Snake package was about $47,000. The wide body at the time was $25,000, which, as we mentioned in some of our previous videos, it got up to as much as $35,000 before they closed the program. And the whole shot package, which is an option that is super rare, only offered in the 2013 and 14 models, was a $33,000 option. We'll show you guys all the receipts on everything. I mean, there's just so much literature, so much stuff that goes with this car. It's crazy. It's a 2-owner car. It's got 4,500 miles, and it is only a 1-owner Super Snake. So what I mean by that is the second owner bought the GT500, and he was the one who sent it back to Shelby Vegas, had all the upgrades done. Why is that important? Well, usually the people who send the car back to Shelby Vegas and pay all the money that they do for the upgrades, this case $105,000 plus, those people tend to take a lot better care of the car. They respect it a little bit more than the person who gets kind of the hand-me-down of that Super Snake package, because they're getting it for a much discounted price at that time. So when you have someone who was the first owner of that car as it was done as a Super Snake, they tend to be better taken care of, and this one definitely is. There's not a mark on it. I mean, for somebody to expel the whole car, put all this carbon fiber into it, you can tell that it was extremely well cared for. and just a great example of a 2013 Super Snake, and we can't wait to show you guys a little bit about the car. So the Super Snake package was $46,995, and some of the key components for that package was going to include your black Kenny Bell supercharger. That is a 3.6 liter supercharger that is going to produce 850 horsepower. Your wheel color was going to be black. As you see, this car is all blacked out, from the stripes to the paint color to the wheels to the interior. You have your stripe color, which is black, and with the XPEL, it almost looks like the stripes are ghosted and all you see is the outline of the stripe rather than that matte look that all of the Super Snakes got. This one has that, but being the whole car, including the stripes, were expelled, you get that ghost look. And let me tell you, it is extremely sinister looking when you see it in person and see how those stripes kind of get, I want to say, washed, because you still have them, but all you see is kind of the outline. You have your brake color, which is red, and those are your Willwood brakes, and we're going to go over the brakes here shortly. Your window block offs. Love that this car does not have the side scoops. We've had the side scoops on some. This car, being that it's a wide body, you don't need those scoops for the car to look, you know, as sinister as it does. That nice smooth look without the scoops on this car is, to me, much better than if it had the scoops. You have your stereo with the Shaker 1000, big speaker in the back, your SVT suspension. You also had a $1,000 upgrade of the 373 gears. You have your Super Snake interior. That was a $3,000 option. The whole shot package was $33,200. So again, that is something that, you know, a lot of these Super Snakes were not equipped with, but this one was. A lot of guys, you know, didn't really want to spend $33,000 for the whole shot package and option. So what was included in that whole shot were performance cams, long tube headers with high flow cats, custom dyno tuned, which takes the car, you know, right below 1,000 horsepower to the wheels. So we have the dyno sheets and we'll show you guys them here in a little bit. You're pushing 1,000, maybe even more to the motor when you get this whole shot package. Torsen rear axle upgrade, super twin clutch, a 10% overdrive crank pulley, oil separators, performance clutch, and it also will include the anti-hop components, kind of keeping it a little bit more stable, because you have all these upgrades and all that power, you know, rather than it getting crazy on you. Obviously it will if you don't respect it, but the anti-hop system will reduce some of that aggressiveness in the whole shot and Super Snake package. Also have your wide body package, which was $25,000, and this is a full wide body car, both front and back. Some of them were just rear wide bodies. And the fuel door is black, so the gas cap. So everything you see here, some of them were silver. Here it's black to match everything else, to give you that blackout look and that blackout appearance. So the total cost of everything is going to come out to over $105,000 for all of the different things that were included in that Super Snake package, and then the whole shot and wide body. And there's a long list of things here that I don't want to really get into too much and bore you guys, but some of those things are going to include the Shelby letters for the GT500 in the back. You have your Super Snake fender badge, some side scoops, different gauges on the pillar, the A pillar there, and there was some also added to this car as well. Your floor mat set, those floor mats are in the trunk. Shelby Super Snake mats, never been opened. You have your dash plate receiver with the CSM number. Just to give you guys some information, a true Super Snake will have a CSM number and a dash plaque. Those CSM numbers verify that the car is with Shelby and has verification to be a true Super Snake. You have your Super Snake lighted sill plates. Carbon fiber splitter right here in the front. And again, there's so much carbon fiber, and we're going to take you guys through that here in a little bit. You have your front grille mesh and the Super Snake hood. So the Super Snake hood is something that's different. You know, when you get the GT500, send it back to Shelby, they will do a whole new hood on the car, and you'll see that here, just more aesthetically, you know, aggressive in its stance. The stripe kit is different than it is for the GT500 as well. You have your front red 6-piston kit, and in the rear it's going to be a red 4-piston kit. Super Snake wheels are 20-inch around all 4 corners, and you have your Super Snake wheels that were all blacked out. So as you start to look at the front of the car here, you'll see the whole front splitter, as we noted earlier, done in carbon fiber. The lower grille, that is carbon fiber. The upper grille, carbon fiber. Never had any Super Snake with all of that done in carbon fiber. As we pop the hood and you see underneath, you have the Kenny Bell supercharger and different areas under the hood that are also going to include carbon. And it just brings out so much more of, you know, what's done under the hood when you have that carbon. It's nice to see that the owner of this took the time, paid attention to the detail, and added carbon really wherever, you know, you could. Right on the fenders here, you'll see the Shelby GT500 Super Snake logos and emblems. They have a side stripe as well. Super Snake GT500, just like the stripes that go over the hood, those are kind of ghosted out. You can see the outline of the lettering and the numbering, but it doesn't pop out as much as some of the other ones that we've had because of the X-Bell, and again, because of that black color. As we move inside and get to the interior, you'll see that there's more carbon fiber right here with the manual lock and unlock button. Also down here where you are going to control your windows, that's carbon fiber. Above where you control your mirrors and how to adjust them, that's carbon fiber. The nice Super Snake Recaro seats, extremely comfortable, awesome interior. Remind me a lot of the ZR1s with the competition sport seats because he added more carbon fiber here in those seats, in the headrest. Right on the seat, again, you'll see the Shelby GT500 Super Snake with the Cobra snake on the interior. Looks awesome. You have your gauges on here on your A-arm. You have your Shelby Super Snake door sill plates. Carbon fiber all around the navigation screen. Right next to your shifter, you know, covering around it, and by your CSM dash plate here. Again, that CSM number verifies that the car is a true Super Snake. And I mean, even myself now, looking at the car as many times as we have, and you see all this carbon fiber, it's really breathtaking. It's just awesome, you know, to have that, especially in a Super Snake. You know, these guys spend so much money on these cars. There's over 200 grand invested in this car. You know, when you look at everything, it really is an awesome spec. Your Shelby Super Snake shift knob here, done in gray with the black stripe. We've had them with white with a black stripe, but this, you know, to kind of match the car, looks great. Your headliner, all carbon fiber. So everywhere you look on this car, I mean, it checks all the boxes. You have performance, you have the aesthetic look of it with the wide body, you have the whole shot, you have all the creature comforts of the interior with everything that you could want with the Recaro seats and everything, you know, in here. It really is over the top. As we move to the back, You have the wide body with that flared look, and it's just such an aggressive looking car. I mean, everybody loves the 2013, 2014 GT500s, and when you throw the wide body on here, it just, you know, really does take it to a whole nother level. So you have your carbon fiber deck lid, chromed out Shelby lettering on the back. Diffuser is all carbon fiber. Right around the exhaust, more carbon fiber. So, you know, that's kind of the theme of the car, is anywhere that you can put carbon fiber, they did it, and it's not in a way that's too much. It's extremely tastefully done in all the locations that it has. So here's your Shelby Super Snake certificate. We showed earlier the GT500 certificate. This is the one straight from Shelby Vegas with your CSM number right there. So a big thing with the Super Snakes, where you had to wait 12 to 18 months to get them done. Obviously now with the program being shut down for 07 to 14 models, what's out there is out there. There is no wait. You can get it already done, ready to go. We've had probably close to 30 Super Snakes now throughout the years. Only 3 hole shots have we owned, this being one of them. We had it out before, and I will say it is the most powerful Super Snake that we've had to date. That whole shot, again, just takes it to a whole different level. Insane, really. I mean, you have to see it, hear it, feel it to truly experience everything that this car is. And with the market the way it is, it's extremely difficult, nearly impossible to get anything for sticker price. And you were getting these cars for just about half price of what it would cost. I mean, for a car that was 200 grand, a lot of them were trading the last few years, you know, for around half price, give or take, depending on the miles and the different options. I see these cars doing very close to what they cost new in a short time, and in time, I think they're going to be doing way above, you know, what their total cost was, because you had a car that is extremely rare, especially the 2013, 2014 models, extremely powerful. I mean, they just, again, check all the boxes. Last manual for the GT500s, last one where Carroll had influence, a program for 2013 and 14 that was capped out at 500, but we know had a lot less. Then when you start talking about a wide body package and a car that's also equipped with the whole shot, along with, you know, so many other upgrades and options, you know, these cars are truly unicorns that I think have been slept on now for quite some time. But we had our last one, our Sterling Gray one, that sold, and it was around that time where we heard that the Super Snake was going to be discontinued for those years, and I have to say our phones just blew up. You know, people now have heard some of the news of the production being shut down, so that's only going to drive the prices of these Super Snakes up. And I think, you know, finally people are waking up to what these cars are and what these cars have been. So that's a wrap on our 2013 Super Snake wide body whole shot. Please, if anybody's out there looking to sell their cars, Super Snakes, whatever it may be, we're not quite sure yet what we're doing with this car, if we're going to add it to our collection, if we're going to be putting it up for sale. Obviously for the right price, everything can go, but I really truly believe that these cars are like the Vipers a few years ago. The Vipers were kind of slept on, and now we've just seen them take off. I really firmly believe that's what you're going to see with these Super Snakes, especially these model years with these options. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, comment, subscribe to our channel, and you know, look back at some of the videos we've posted, and we still have a whole lot more to come.